But what happens at the very end of the 19th century is, particularly in areas like these mountain regions, with the lack of Roman Catholics and Polish speakers, a movement comes afoot to get villages to change to the Roman Catholic rite. And this largely could be argued, one, because the Greek Catholic Church was not servicing them properly. And remember, the visitations don't come, you're not getting. But two, you could get some emoluments. As Zubrytsky recounts, in the village of Nadvirna, they said it was people's faith that changed rite, but left out that they said they wouldn't have to pay for the priest. So obviously, if a Polish landlord, who used to not care, who cared what peasants believed, it was not his problem, suddenly, as he becomes nationalized, and suddenly there's going to be an election. Remember, 1907, there's going to be universal male suffrage in Galicia, right? And they're going to vote in these curia. Well, suddenly, it would be very good if I could switch people over from one rite to the other rite. So the battle of rites goes on, and this becomes particularly intense after the assassination of Potocki in 1908, and is a little studied topic. The second was Zubrytsky's concept of the past. Above all, Zubrytsky was a follower of Mykhailo Hrushevsky, who wrote that letter signing him up for the Shevchenko Scientific Society. He believed the Hrushevsky vision of history. He believed that the Cossacks were the core of the Ukrainian cause. He believed that the Union of Brest had occurred largely because of Polish persecution and ill treatment of the Ruthenians, not because bishops or clergy saw that Catholicism was the proper faith. He believed that the Khmelnytsky revolt was a movement for national liberation and should have triumphed. And of course, had it triumphed, there would have been no Uniats in his part of the world. So this is always the quandary of the Ukrainian national identity, which tries to put two religious convictions or two religious paths together. Zubrytsky clearly said when people tried to bring up St. Josaphat, the Poles are just bringing up St. Josaphat so that we forget our real hero, Bogdan Khmelnytsky.
Zubrytsky said that?
Yeah, Zubrytsky said that.
Wow.
So this is the history that he had, but it was also the history that dominated in Galicia. That is, this was the history that Barvinsky wrote as well. The writing of Catholic history of Galicia is very early in the 19th century, and then occurs just before the First World War, and people like Tomaszewski try and do it. But basically, in the core period of 1900 to 1918, these were not true. By the way, there is in that volume that I much recommended a wonderful article on the cult of Josaphat Kuntsevich, which shows how it was passed from people to people, how it was slowly Ukrainianized over time and very late in historical development, and may be of interest to you for that.